Hello, this is Swami Rama's translation and discussion of verse 6 of the 12 verses of Mandukya Upanishad. Here is the verse. The experiencer of these states of consciousness is the Lord of all. This one is all-knowing. This one directs everything from within. This one is the womb of all. All things originate from and dissolve into this. And here's the discussion. When in meditation and contemplation the aspirant experiences gradual and progressive steps of unfoldment through the waking, dreaming, and sleeping realities, he comes to know that he has not unfolded himself to that extent from which he can comprehend the knowledge of these three states collectively. To attain the collective knowledge of all these states, he attains a higher level, exactly as a mountain climber who, when he climbs to the top of the mountain, can have comprehensive vision of that which is up above, down below, and behind the mountain. After attaining Turiya, or the fourth state of consciousness, the aspirant can witness the three states of consciousness separately and collectively both. When one experiences all the states of consciousness, then he establishes himself in his essential nature, pure consciousness, and realizes that he is the all-knower. Then he acquires the knowledge that the pure consciousness flows on various degrees and grades, termed waking, dreaming, and sleeping. These states or modes of consciousness have arisen from their source, Turiya, and finally dissolve into it. Yet, the nature of pure consciousness, which is self-existent, never changes. It is everlasting, infinite, and changeless. When the aspirant strengthens his practice of meditation and contemplation, and learns to analyze and resolve all his desires, thoughts, and feelings through the practice of Yoga Nidra, he attains a state in which he consciously learns to place his mind in deep rest. Yoga Nidra cannot be translated into any other language, but for the convenience of modern students, it is called yogic sleep or sleepless sleep. This is a state of conscious sleep in which the student is in deep sleep and yet remains fully conscious. Only evolved minds that are fully conscious and use methods of meditation and contemplation attain this state. Yoga Nidra is a very useful way to enjoy a voluntary sleep unlike ordinary sleep. The yogis use this technique for sleep and meditation both. Thus it is called Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra is an advanced practice that can help the student to come out of sloth and inertia, which are the greatest enemies of the student and which obstruct his progress every now and then. The quality of rest one receives through this method is entirely different from that which is derived through ordinary sleep. Yoga Nidra is a revitalizing exercise that gives total rest to the mind, brain, nervous system, senses, and body. Except through meditation and Yoga Nidra, one cannot give rest to the totality of the mind. As body, brain, and conscious mind need rest, similarly, there is a necessity for resting the unconscious mind. There is no drug and no scientific or physical technique so far discovered that gives rest to the unconscious part of mind, except the technique of Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra is unlike sleep because sleep gives only partial rest, and because in sleep one withdraws one's consciousness and becomes unconscious. Yoga Nidra is unlike meditation because in meditation one does not seek conscious awareness of the state of deep sleep. It is somewhat difficult for the modern mind to comprehend all the levels of one's inner being and to attain the goal of meditation. During meditation, one learns to practice a meditative posture that is steady and comfortable, but in Yoga Nidra, the corpse posture, Shavasana, alone is recommended. Yoga Nidra supports and strengthens the meditational technique. Deep meditation helps the mind attain one-pointedness, while contemplation leads one to the state of constant awareness. Yoga Nidra has immense benefits and can be used for learning the subtleties of life. The dimensions of life that are not explored during waking, dreaming, and sleeping can be explored through Yoga Nidra or by attaining the fourth state. It is interesting to note that the frontiers of waking, dreaming, and sleeping are not explored or understood. No one practices enough to explore those frontiers because researchers seem to be interested in exploring the world of objects and gross thought patterns and symbols only. But it is also important to explore the process by which the waking mind slips to the dreaming state and then goes to deep sleep. It is difficult to study how the conscious mind withdraws itself and goes to the lap of the unconscious state. Only by practicing Yoga Nidra can one do this. In this practice, the student learns to witness his body by withdrawing his conscious mind voluntarily. The student first learns to train his willpower by building his determination, Sankalpa Shakti, and then determines to voluntarily go to a state of deep sleep and then come back to the fully conscious state according to his will. Careful vigilance and observation lead the student to study the incoming thoughts from the unconscious mind. The yogis recall all their samskaras, watch them, examine, and even select and reject them according to their need. Those thought patterns that are disturbing are rejected by the yogis, and those that are helpful are strengthened. Many students of the occult and psychic phenomena may accidentally touch this state of mind, but they do not know the definite way of experiencing the same state again, and they cannot recall this experience repeatedly. A deep study of these three states, waking, dreaming, and sleeping, reveals that with the help and practice of Yoga Nidra, one can go beyond all the levels of the unconscious. Okay. I hope you're enjoying. It's pretty good stuff, isn't it? This is Swami Rama's discussion on verse number 6 of the 12 verses of the Mandukya Upanishad. Next we will go through verse number 7. Thank you for visiting. Hope you're enjoying. Remember, this Upanishad is all about Om. The levels of consciousness is Om, and the sadhana that is mapped out by that Om. In simple terms, Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. Om, that alone is reality. Bye-bye. Om Tat Sat.